Hello and welcome. This is Mike with Bravara. I'm going to show you tonight how fast you can get set up for your spring 2025 evals. You go to bravara.app, click on register, enter your email address, and create a password to set up your account. This is totally free, no charge at all, no advertising either. Once you create your account, you're going to put in your profile information for the onboarding here, first and last name. Go ahead and put your league name in here and fill out the remaining fields, what sport you're playing and what your governing body is, the software that you use, and the season that you want to set up for. Optional to put your eval date in there. That helps us keep track of you so that we can know when you're going to do your evals and we can be ready to support and help you. This here is the player import. So I just imported here a CSV file that I created that has my player data set. You'll export yours from Sports Connect or whatever your system is. Just export the CSV from your registration, import it over here to Bravara, confirm that the fields are matching, and go ahead and move on. It will finish importing the rest of the players in just a second. So I'll hit refresh here, and that way you can see there are now more players in each division. I should have all of them there, I think. I advance to the Teams tab, and I add my coaches here. The names and email addresses you see here are the Guardian names and emails that were imported with the player registration. So if the Guardian on the registration is the same Guardian that's going to be the coach, you can find them there, select them, and enter them as a coach. If it's a different Guardian or a grandparent or somebody else, then just manually enter that person's email address. And otherwise, you can just add all your coaches here if you have them all. If you haven't recruited them all yet, that's okay. Just add the ones you have and move on. You can come back and add more coaches later. Even after evaluations, you can come back and add coaches if that's the case. So I'm going to go ahead and just finish this division for all their coaches. And I'll show you here, this is how you look at your different divisions from the pull-down menu there. So you see all your divisions. You can go through each one, add coaches. You can add team names now if you want to. Most leagues add that later. That will come into play during the draft. It'll be convenient to have team names. But for now, you want to just go to the Players tab and scroll through your players a little bit just to verify that it looks like everyone's in the right place. That column there is birth age. For you little leagues that use league age, we're going to incorporate league age into the player's evaluation number, which we'll see in a second. So we go here to set up player evaluations. We can change that first evaluation number to anything we want. 1,000 is the default. Only once we hit this button, only now do coaches receive an email from Bravara inviting them to the league evaluations and to download the app. Overall offense and defense categories are system generated. Bravara generates those based off of the ratings entered for the other categories. The number after the dash for the eval number, -9, that means that player is league age 9 for little leagues. For other organizations, other governing bodies, that'll just be the player's birth age. The evaluators tab is for managing your evaluators. You can change their role from administrator to evaluator and back if you need to. Evaluator is the default. So if you have an independent board member who you want to participate in evaluations, you would add them here on that Add Evaluators button at the top right and just put in their info and then make sure they're added as an admin, and they'll have some additional capabilities in the app, both for evaluation day and also on draft night. Include or not include is where you tell Bravara which of your evaluators' ratings you want included or not in the all evaluators average. If you're a league that used to collect the paper ratings from your coaches and then you manually entered them into spreadsheets just so you could calculate averages and then return them back to coaches, you're going to love Bravara because those days are done. And we are now done setting up evals. I'll go ahead and show you real quick what that looks like for the coaches. As soon as you hit that setup evaluations button, they're going to immediately get this invite in their email. They click on it, it takes them to either the Play Store or the App Store for Apple. They download the Bravara app, click on Get Started, enter your email address, the same one that you received the invite from, or actually a different one would work too, as long as your code is the same. All right, so the code comes from the email, put it in there, and check this out. Instead of showing up with paper and printing it yourself or the league prints it for you, now you open the app and all your players are already there. They already have their eval numbers. The categories are across the top. You can scroll left, right. There's a notes field, which is the last column. So the first player's out there in the outfield and they're taking fly balls and you can rate them. At the bottom of the screen there, you hit the arrow to go to the next player in numerical order. If they're not in numerical order or somebody's, out of line or showed up late or whatever, you can go back to that home screen, use the search bar, search by number or by name. We search by name here. We pull up that player. Again, they take some fly balls, put in our score. You can do a whole number, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is okay, but it does accept a decimal point if you like. And one more thing to show here, in addition to this rating for the outfield, we're going to scroll down to the bottom. This is the notes field. This is only visible to you, the person who enters this as an evaluator. Nobody else will see that. Okay. So let's say you've done all your evaluations. This is now the draft mode. Of course, it's only what we entered there, but you see your note for friend. All these columns are sortable. You tap it once, it sorts top to bottom. Tap it a second time, sorts low to high. Tap it a third time, and the players go back to numerical order. Okay. The All Evaluators button is customizable by the league. It is an anonymous average of everybody's evaluations. We made Bravara to help you save time, save paper, and to balance teams. We hope you have a great season. Contact us at support@bravara.app for any questions.